Hi and welcome to this reading. Today's reading is an impromptu reading. I've been pulling in a song this morning. Go on, take the money and run was what I was hearing. Not a song that I've heard in quite a while, so it's fairly random for it to start coming through. But I'm picking up a collective energy of a settlement. Something that maybe you've been waiting for. And the image I just kept getting in my mind is when you sell a house, the real estate agent always says that the first offer is the best offer, and that sometimes people hold out thinking that they can get a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. But in the end, the longer that a house stays on the market, the lower the price. Go on, take the money and run. You're about to be offered something, or you may have already been offered something. And if you stumbled across this message, there is guidance in here for you in relation to taking that settlement and leaving is of more value to you, even if it may be less than what you wanted, than potentially the spiritual damage, the mental damage, the financial damage, emotional damage that will actually occur if you hold out looking for a bigger settlement. Now, it could be financial. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't pulled any cards because I want it to come out organically in this reading. Let's get a card for the energy around you at the moment. Oh, now there's a card that flipped. Okay, wasn't a card that flipped. The Sun. I want to say here that whatever this settlement is, even if you feel like, just going to double check, even if you feel like, that's the happiest card in the deck, even if you feel like what you are being offered isn't as great as you thought it was going to be, in the long term, you're going to look back and recognize that it was the best thing. The moon, it's hidden from you. The moon and the sun, it's hidden from you. I was also hearing empath. You've got to trust your intuition, because maybe it's not your intuition that's actually telling you, no, hang on, just wait. Let's see if I can get a bit more. Maybe it's your ego or your pride. The 7 deadly sins has actually been coming out in the readings of late. Interesting, the moon. Okay, let's pull a card. This is my Divine Messages Oracle deck. All the cards that I use on my channel are my own design. So if you call to any of those, the links to them can be found in the description box. Go on, take the money and run. In between worlds. Do I take the money? Do I try and get more? Abundance. Look at that. Abundance. Do I try and get more? This is a lesson. There's something in this that is a lesson. The Sun is major arcana. A lesson from the man upstairs. Overthinking. The answer is hidden in plain sight. And what I just had in my mind was a visual of whatever this is. Go and take the money and run. Whatever this is, draw yourself on a piece of paper, a line down the middle, soul, ego, the pros and cons. And you will be able to see from that clearly, just write exactly what you're thinking. You'll be able to see from that what is actually driving this decision. And it may help you in between worlds. It may help you make a decision, because at the moment we are moving out of Capricorn energy, 20 years of Pluto and Capricorn, which has been real financial building, real divine masculine energy, and we're moving into a balancing of the divine feminine and divine masculine energy. Divine feminine energy is intuition. It's my soul has more value than what I present on the exterior. Abundance, spiritually abundant. What angel is walking with you? Interesting. Number 66, Manical neurological disorders. And number 70, Jebemiah, a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual journey that you're on. That's the hermit. You're meant to go within to find the answer as to whether you take whatever is being offered to you and you just move away. Maybe part of the spiritual journey is you take whatever's being offered and you move away. It's the catalyst for being able to. Neurological disorders. Why have we got that there? I know exactly why we've got that there. And I dismissed it. And I'm going to apologize to my guides for dismissing it. But I dismissed it because I didn't understand it. And there's a message in that for you. Neurological disorders, Manikel. 66 is the 7 of Swords. There's something deceptive here. My ears are ringing. My left ear is ringing. When your ears ring, it's a sign that your guides are close. As I was doing the pre-shuffle for this reading, I was hearing the 5 of Pentacles, which is a card of being left out in the cold. Perhaps you feel that part of this settlement is being left out in the cold. Now the last couple of months, I've been getting so many biblical references. I was also seeing the Judgment card. This has just got really interesting. I was also seeing the Judgment card. So the 5 of Pentacles and the Judgment card. I've been getting so many religious messages. And as I say in every reading, I'm not ramming religion down your throat at all. Everybody's entitled to their own choices in terms of their faith. But my guides at the moment are just giving me stories from the Bible as a tool to use within the readings that I'm doing. And I just have to not ignore them, because I've got a little book. Because I've been getting so many biblical messages, I've been trying to align biblical stories with tarot cards so that I can deliver the message, so that I can go, okay, well, that story means this particular card. Yes, now I know what my guides are trying to tell me. So the story of the 5 of Pentacles aligns with the story in the Bible of the bleeding woman. So here we have health issues, neurological disorders. Maybe this isn't about neurological disorders per se. Maybe it's just about health in general. It's Matthew 9:21. She said to herself, if only I touch his cloak, I will be healed. The story tells of a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years, a condition that made her ritually unclean and isolated from society. Despite spending all that she had on treatments without improvement, her situation only worsened. Hearing about Jesus, she approaches him in a crowd, believing that touching his cloak would heal her. Her faith is rewarded. She touches his garment and is instantly healed. Jesus turns to her and acknowledges her faith, saying, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." That particular card, from a biblical perspective, is about hardship, isolation, illness, seeking help, and faith amidst adversity. Now, the other card that I was seeing was the Judgment card. We've got spiritual journey here. In between worlds, abundance. So that woman was trying everything she could. If you think about go and take the money and run. Trying to get some sort of satisfaction, trying to get some sort of... But it was her faith. It was the spiritual journey that she was on that actually healed her, that actually had more value. So what these cards are saying is, in between worlds, neurological disorders, 7 of Swords. The true abundance, go and take the money and run. The true abundance here is presented to you when you disconnect the Judgment card from what you think is of value. That woman had spent all of her money trying to treat her illness, throwing money potentially at something that, think of a house, and they often say, the real estate agent says, don't go and do any big major things to your house before you sell it. because it's not actually going to recoup any money. Don't worry about the financial things that you've invested in, because it's the things that you spiritually invest in that are actually going to be abundant. The Seven of Swords, which is the moon in Aquarius, and spiritual journey, which is the Hermit card, a dark night of the soul. Maybe you feel like you're going to lose out. That song's coming through to say, just take the money and start the spiritual journey. Maybe you're at the beginning of a spiritual journey, in between worlds. And what you thought was of value, looking back, you will actually realize isn't of value. Overthinking is hidden in plain sight. Your true value is hidden in plain sight. Your true value is actually within. I've got a big playlist and you'll see it in the description box. It's the rise of the divine feminine, and collectively, not gender specific, we all hold masculine and feminine energy within. Collectively, we are tapping into our divine feminine energy as of January next year for 18 months. We go on collectively this massive big spiritual journey because the North Node is in Pisces. The South Node will be in Virgo. Virgo is practicality. It's lists. What did I say before? Write yourself a list. Doing things because they make sense, as opposed to Pisces, doing things because they feel. They nurture your soul. Okay, let's have a look at the energy around you at the moment. Eight of Cups, time to walk away. That's Saturn in Pisces. How you are feeling in the soul. It's time for big change. Gemini, that's the Lovers. Mercury. The Lovers card is the opposite of the Devil card. The Devil card is these two individuals attached to something toxic, to the ego, to what you think is valuable. The Lovers card is when the chain between them is broken. Not the chain between these two people, but the chain to the devil is broken. The Choice. That card used to be called the Choice. You've got a choice. To take the money, maybe take a lesser amount, take a lesser settlement, because in doing that, you're cutting that tie with the devil. And that then allows you to step onto the soul path where you will realize in time, over time, that what is of more value is your spiritual worth. Yeah, look at that, the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. What's happening in your soul? This is the choice to walk away. Do I stay? Eight broken cups. Do I stay, King of Pentacles, in my ego, or do I move forward love? Internal love, spiritual love, a spiritual journey. The King of Cups is Neptune in Pisces, which is what I said we're going into for the next 18 months. Going down to the depths, a spiritual journey. Or do I stay, Jupiter in Taurus, in my external worth? The Truth on the bottom. The Ace of Swords. Message from the man upstairs. Take the journey. Follow your intuition. That's number 7, which is the Chariot, and the Queen of Cups is intuition, which is that divine feminine energy that I was talking about. Follow your intuition. That's where you're going to be led to your abundance, your true abundance. 5 of Wands. Get out of your head. And the Magician on the bottom. Some sort of trickery in here because we've got the 7 of Swords here in this card, this angel card here. It's the illusion that whatever settlement you're being offered isn't enough. But the value in that settlement is it's the break, it's the chain breaker to whatever this toxicity is that's making you feel like, your ego feel like that what you're being offered is not enough. Because in the grand scheme of things, like I said, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, when you look back, you will understand that your spiritual worth is actually of more value. 10 of Wands on the bottom. Potential final outcome, the 3 of Swords. That's Mercury in Cancer. Cancer is the Chariot. Communication coming into you. The Hermit. Overthinking hidden in plain sight. Page of Cups, which is the Moon in Pisces. It's a spiritual lesson. I want to say too, naively thinking, because the pages are naive. Naively thinking that if you hang around, you're going to get a bit more. But I think actually you're going to get a bit more of a karmic lesson, because what you're meant to learn here is the difference. This is in your soul. What you're meant to learn here is the difference between ego and soul. Ego, soul. Okay, let's get some cards for you about this walking away. Saturn in Pisces. Six of Wands. Victory after a long battle. That's Jupiter in Leo. The Empress. That's divine feminine energy. And I don't know whether you saw that, but they came out upside down. Knight of Swords and the Emperor. This is your ego energy. Walking away from your ego energy to nurture your divine feminine energy. Your ego energy is what's keeping you in the Nine of Swords. And you need to release it. That is what's going to bring you balance. And what I want to say too here, this neurological disorders card, health. If you choose to stay where you are and stay in your ego and not take whatever, go on, take the money and run, whatever settlement, emotional, financial, I mean, you could be in a marriage, you could be in a workplace, you could be selling a house. The devil lives where you are. And so all you are doing by staying where you are is you are just repeating this karmic lesson. And actually that's funny because the Circle Game tried to pop out. Now that's my Love Songs deck. The Circle Game, which is Joni Mitchell. You will just keep going round and round and round and round. The longer you stay there, as I said with a house, the longer the house is on the market, the lower and lower and lower the price is. Okay, let's have a look at this. Gemini energy. Eight of Cups. Again, walk away. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. The choice to walk away. Eight broken cups. Queen of Wands and the Moon. That was in the previous reading. The Queen of Wands making a decision to go on a spiritual journey. That particular card, she is on a spiritual journey on her own. Walks away. Doesn't know the outcome, the Moon. That's what is. A dark night of the soul is a spiritual journey. It's dark. You don't know what's going on. Take the leap and the net will appear. The Moon, it's hidden. The outcome is hidden, which is probably why, if this reading is resonating with you, you are trapped in this King of Pentacles. Six of Cups on the bottom. Things from your past is the Six of Cups. It's the Sun in Scorpio. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. What is your wish fulfillment? Perhaps in the past you thought that finance was your wish fulfillment, but it won't be until you step into this dark night of the soul, into this new journey where the outcome is hidden from you, that you will actually realize that your true Nine of Cups is spiritual abundance. Too many cards, but yeah, look at that. So we've got the Two of Swords, which is the Moon in, I wanted to say the Moon in Jupiter, but it's not. It's the Moon in Libra. It's at a crossroads. Soul, ego, at a crossroads. Two of Swords, at a crossroads. Four of Cups, disappointment. Disappointed at what I'm being offered, and so I'm going to hang on a little bit more. The Sun in Capricorn, the Moon in Cancer. I'm going to hang on a little bit more because my ego tells me that I'm worth more, or that my house is worth more, or that my settlement in my divorce is worth more, or that what my workplace is offering me is not enough. I'm worth more. Justice and Judgment. Those two cards together tell me that it's not you who decides your value. Yes, you decide your value, but they are major arcana. It's actually God. So if you choose your ego, you get tied back to the devil, Judgment. You get tied back to the devil and you don't get a new beginning. Justice is about balance. You get stuck in that karmic loop again. But if you choose, this is this girl here, and this is a love deck, they choose, independently choose to walk away. 8 of Cups, where do we have it? Under here, 8 of Cups, 8 of Cups, to walk away from, that's Saturn and Pisces, to walk away. Saturn is karma. To recognize that there's a bigger lesson that they may not be able to see yet. They walk away and justice is brought in. And as I said, I got the 5 of Pentacles, feeling like you've been left out in the cold, feeling like you haven't gotten what you deserve, feeling like whatever's being offered to you physically, I want to say physically, it's something that's being offered to you physically. And it could be a physical thing. It could be money. It could be, you know, you might be negotiating the terms of, you know, if you're getting divorced and you've got children, and maybe you wanted your kids half, 1 week on, 1 week off, and then you find out that you only get them every second weekend, and you feel like, I want to say you feel like you've been robbed. There's something in it. There's something in it that's hidden. You feel like you've been robbed. 3 of Swords. There's something in it that's hidden that is about a bigger spiritual journey that you're either on or you're about to embark on, that has to do with intuitively working out that the abundance is spiritual. I don't even want to think, you know, I mean, obviously, I haven't had that experience, but I would imagine Monday to Friday with the kids, doing school drop-offs and pick-ups and homework and all that sort of stuff. Yes, okay, you get more days, but Saturdays and Sundays are chill time. They're a little, in some ways, there's more value in 2 relaxed days than 5 days of literally the daily grind. But it's something that you're not seeing. Overthinking, hidden in plain sight. This Hierophant. In reverse. Something that you've got to disengage from. You're not seeing. Okay, let's have a look at this Chariot and the Queen of Cups here. The Sun, again, enlightenment. This is the message from the man upstairs, the King of Swords, Uranus in Libra. Uranus is the card of earthquakes. It's about tearing things down, choices, in between worlds, tearing apart, potentially arguments that you are in. The King of Swords. I want to say that's you not happy about a decision, but it's Uranus in Libra. Libra is balance. Whatever this is going to bring balance, enlightenment. The 7 of Wands on the card. The 3 of Swords. Let's have a look here. This is the outcome of this situation, which I want to say is spiritual growth. And a realization that abundance. Now we've got the Hierophant again. Page of Cups. Looking in the mirror. Page of Cups is often the card of the secret admirer. So it's something secret because it is the moon in Pisces. There's a secret spiritual lesson, the Hierophant. A soul contract that you have with the man upstairs for a specific soul lesson that you are meant to learn through whatever heartache this is. A reluctance to just take the money and go. To take the settlement, to take what's on offer and go. Because you think, with the 5 of Pentacles, that you're being, I want to say that you're being diddled. Five of Cups, that you're being diddled, but you're not, because there's a bigger spiritual lesson. The Seven of Wands on the bottom. Now, the Seven of Wands is Mars in Leo. That's really fiery energy. I want to say here, maybe you need to actually put the wand down and stop battling, because there's something that you're missing. Okay, let's get some guidance cards for you. Telepathy. Somebody trying to communicate with you. Delays. Maybe you're not listening. The truth is being revealed. Impenetrable energy. You're not listening. How funny is that? Divine timing. It was all part of the plan. I think you were meant to be offered less than what you thought you deserved, so you could go into this spiritual deep dive into what's actually of value. The only way out is through. Okay, let's have a look. Let's get a moon. Okay, that's a lot. I'm not going to take those. I'm just going to take those. New moon vibes in Cancer. Brace yourself for some closure on a personal matter. Supermoon, where feelings go on a wild roller coaster. That's that Seven of Wands. It's not being able to contain, and I'm suspecting it's your anger about what you've been offered. Waxing like a Cheshire cat, the moon whispers, believe in your wildest dreams. The Cheshire cat is a bit of a trickster. Maybe you thought you were worth more. Let's have a look at what karmic lesson you are working on. This is my Nodes of Destiny deck. The South Node in Virgo. Now that is where I just heard your dreams have to have a practical plan. The South Node of Virgo is for the next 18 months. From January next year, the South Node will be in Virgo. Now, the North Node is in Pisces, as I said before. The South Node is practicality. On paper, what you thought was meant to happen. South Node is what you are releasing. South Node in Virgo is all work and no play, thanks to Mercury's labor vibes. It's like thinking earning is safer than receiving, believing you can't accept gifts, and that trust is a rare gem. It's where we cozy up spiritually, but to sprout, we must bid farewell to the old ways. So if you think about the difference between Pisces, which is beautiful, flowy, spiritual energy, Neptunian energy, dreamlike energy, and Virgo, which is, I always think of Virgo as like the accountant. Everything's kind of neat and on a ledger, and a bit of a perfectionist. The way you wanted things to go, judgment, and it hasn't happened that way. And so now you've got your nose out of joint. The truth is being revealed. Impenetrable energy. You're like, actually, no, this is not what I want. Now, I will say, my ascendant is in Virgo, and even my Venus is in Virgo. So I have a very, very set, predetermined way of how I think things are going to play out, how I want them to be. And if they don't, I get annoyed. Something that I've been working through, because that's my plan. That's not God's plan. Divine timing was all part of the plan. Part of this process where you have to recognize that maybe the way that you wanted things to play out is minuscule in comparison to the abundance that letting loose, being free allows. If you're so closed up, you don't actually let beautiful things come in. South Node, the Node of Destiny. Your South Node is like a blast from the past, packed with old vibes, emotions and connections from your previous lives. It's the cosmic energy we're learning to bid farewell to in this lifetime, breaking free from the karma of yesteryears. Think of it as our cozy spiritual nook that we must bid adieu to in order to blossom into our best selves. If you are closed, then nothing can come in. Abundance can't come in. You have to be open to whatever's coming to you, even if it isn't presented in the package that you thought that it was going to be presented in. Let's have a look. Go on, take the money and run. Whatever you're being offered is not about its value. It's about its value as a stepping stone to learning about this spiritual abundance. The man who can't be moved. Now, sometimes songs come through and it's the lyrics, it's the title of the song. It can be anything. It can be a movie or a TV series they're attached to, but that is the man who can't be moved. You're stuck. That's what that is. You're stuck. The only way out is through. You're stuck in what you believe is a settlement that is worthy of your perception of worth, of your worth, of whatever it is. Young and beautiful. That's from the Great Gatsby, Lana Del Rey. He was stuck. He built that big, beautiful mansion across the water from her, from Daisy, because he believed his worth, his ego was of more value, and it actually kept him from a relationship with her. The man who can't be moved. That's so interesting that that card came out. Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I've got nothing but my aching soul? I know you will, I know you will. An unforgettable Nat King Cole. It's a real stepping out of ego and stepping into divine feminine energy. Again, not gender specific. Spirituality. True spiritual value. And my little puppy's just come up right beside me, looking me straight in the eye. I'm going to get you some Scrabble tiles. Scrabble tiles in here, letters and numbers. I'm going to give it a bit of a shake and we'll see what comes out. It does make a little bit of noise, so if you are hearing sensitive, turn your volume down. I'm going to shake it in 3, 2, 1. Take the money and run. I will pop all of these songs and obviously any movies that I've referenced in the description box. There might be more messages in there for you. A Z and a 10, an L and a 1, a J and an 8, an R and a 1, junior. Jury, juror, a C and a 3, a court payout, a juror, a QC, actually, look at that. QC, Queen's Counsel. Well, that's what we call them here. I don't know if that's what they're called. That's like a barrister, a lawyer. Something that you're being offered in a settlement and you're not happy with it. K and a 5, that's for somebody. An M and a 3, an I and a 1, a Y and a 4, and a and a 1. I was just looking at this. Jail. Why has that come up? Maybe because you're stuck in this decision. Stuck in a karmic loop. Okay, I'm going to get you 3 final cards. Divine Timing, Temperance Angel, the Hierophant. Whoa, this is some big energy. Holy smokes. Strength and the 4 of Wands. And on the bottom, the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo. It is my Mother Mary card. Some real divine energy coming through here, because we've got the Hierophant, which we had down here, the Temperance card. This is a spiritual journey that you're on. A huge spiritual decision that you have to make. The Strength card. Karmic abundance or karmic retribution. Whatever decision you choose, wherever, the Four of Wands is Venus in Aries. The Strength card is Leo and the Sun. The Temperance card is Jupiter and Sagittarius. And the Hierophant is Taurus and Venus. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. But I want to say here, the Nine of Pentacles, in order to get this celebration, you have to release yourself from your ego. It's a celebration of your soul. I just heard the strength to go. What's that? The moon landing. The strength to go where no man has gone. It's a celebration of your soul. But you have to go on the dark night of the soul to get it. And you have to take the money and run. You have to take something that's being offered to you, even though you feel that it's not justified, that it's not enough. You just have to have, like that lady, you just have to have faith that God has got a bigger plan. As I said, that's Mother Mary, a bigger plan. If you think about Mary, she was told by Angel Gabriel that she was to have a baby. Now, at that particular time, you would have been stoned to death if you had a baby out of wedlock. She was told that she was to have a baby. Didn't make any sense to her, but intuition, where do we have that before? We had that somewhere. Telepathy. She just had to trust that she was being led, part of a bigger plan. What else have we got there? Part of a bigger plan. How interesting. And it brings a freedom, a spiritual freedom. So that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. If you are called to any of my tarot and oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. I'm going to pop that there. Spiritual journey. Wish you all the best on this journey, and I will see you again in another reading.